We are almost 2 months away from the launch of the next-gen consoles if everything goes according to plan, and now we got some huge rumors that indicate the specific dates, and we can already kinda guess the price as well. We also got a better idea of what the launch window looks like, and there's way more to talk about, so in this Sunday Your Game Show I'll run down everything you need to know, because every Sunday here on the channel I go through the latest gaming trends and sometimes make predictions based on research. A like on the video would really help the channel out, and let's go. I already started my September giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice, so if you want to participate then click the link in the pinned comment, and you have to be a subscriber of the channel as well before you enter. I will reach out to the August winner in the next few days and then announce it next week during the next Sunday video. And well, November 2020 got a little more crowded this week because Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was announced for November 13th. It looks pretty good. The campaign should have choices this time with multiple endings. Like, I don't think they've done that before in a Call of Duty game, right? I did like the optional content already in Infinite Warfare, where you had like spaceships to raid if you want it. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that campaign. Either way, so far Treyarch is saying all the right things. The zombies are back. It will have some ties to Warzone, cross-play, cross-gen. It will be a direct sequel to Black Ops 1. And the footage we saw was running on PlayStation 5. And well, seems like this is a PlayStation 5 launch game, because Black Ops Cold War releases on November 13th, and that is now the heavily rumored date for the PlayStation 5 as well. We got Video Game Chronicle, who has been right before, chiming in with some development and retail sources, saying that mid-November is exactly when PlayStation 5 is most likely to land. In the UK, we understand that PlayStation has already booked significant marketing spend for the 7 days commencing on Friday, November 13th. And then they go on to say that multiple retail sources have also told them that they expect the PS5 to launch in that window. Like, if you booked a ton of ad space for a period of time, then you plan to market something heavily. And as we discussed before, that week after November 13th is really the final week you can launch something this year, looking at Black Friday and of course the Christmas shopping season. Xbox, on the other hand, seems to want to go 1 week earlier. Microsoft has told developers to plan towards a launch in the very first week of November, Video Game Chronicle understands, which would give it wiggle room to potentially slip into the second week and still launch ahead of Sony. And of course, that recent Xbox Series X controller leak that we talked about in the previous Sunday video indicated the November 6th date, so that falls in line with this reporting. And I think it's smart to be the first next-gen system out there to launch before the PlayStation 5. It might help Microsoft a bit. But the biggest takeaway is that we can play these massive fall games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla launching on November 17th and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War immediately on the new systems when they come out, so we can immediately benefit from the better visuals and frame rate. Like, the new Call of Duty should run at 120 FPS on PS5 and Series X, while it normally of course runs on 60 FPS. Still, fingers crossed for a Valhalla 60 FPS mode. We of course had stories earlier this year saying that it's at least 30, so it could still go up. I would be shocked if we did not have a 60 FPS mode for Valhalla. I will totally ask when I get the chance. We now learned that Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has a 60 FPS mode on PlayStation 5, although that will likely not be at 4K, so you can likely choose to play at 4K 30 or 60 FPS but with a lower resolution, something that I will be going for. The other Insomniac game though, Spider-Man Miles Morales, should have a 60 FPS 4K mode, but I get why it might be a little too much looking at that new Ratchet gameplay with the particles flying around, the insane use of the SSD that of course lets you quickly switch to a completely different planet, and there should be many cinematic moments like this. My favorite part was when the dinosaurs like flew out of the portal and then the big guy dropped on the level. I really like that. And we should expect this somewhere in the first quarter of 2021, like they announced it as a launch window game, which usually means that it comes out a few months after the console, like Infamous Second Son was also a launch window game and that launched in March. We also have Hitman 3 as another game in that window. It has now been confirmed for January 20th, 2021. I might give this a try for sure because I skipped the last one when it launched in the holiday with many other games to play. Now in January, totally some time to give this a shake. Then a few weeks later, we got Far Cry 6 on February 18th, 2021. Really hope to see some gameplay during that upcoming Ubisoft Forward event. And then Deathloop between April and June, just like LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga that was delayed from 2020 to spring 2021, but it looked pretty awesome during Gamescom. Gotham Knights, somewhere in there. I would not be surprised if that was a May title, because Warner likes to release stuff around that time. And then Horizon Forbidden West, likely a little later on in the year. And this is just a selection of the things that we have coming in the first year of the next-gen consoles, and mostly the PlayStation 5. And yeah, Demon's Souls will be somewhere in there too, although it could still be a launch game, looking at recent rumors we discussed last week as well. I think my tweet from August 21st could actually be close, meaning that we're almost 2 months away from next-gen. We of course still don't know the price, although I think it's pretty obvious, like there's not a lot of ways it could go. And really COVID is the reason why we still don't have official info. This is why we're waiting so long to hear about pre-orders and software lineup. Companies are waiting until they can be as sure as they can about what they can deliver to consumers, according to Christopher from B2B. Because while manufacturing should actually go pretty well, it's really about the logistics of being able to ship these consoles to stores or people in time. Maybe you already saw this, but Sony put up this pre-order now page for the US, where you have to fill in your PSN and then sign up for a chance to be selected to pre-order the PlayStation 5. Now we'll leave a link to the website in the video description for if you haven't seen it yet. Like, these things will sell out extremely fast. I don't think there will be enough to meet demand. Fingers crossed that if you are saving up for a next-gen console and want to get one in November, that you can actually find one. I think it will be pretty hard, sadly. I at least hope that next week we know when the price reveal is going to happen. Like, Xbox still wants to reveal a completely new console and launch it at the end of the year with the Xbox Series S. So, time is running out, you would think, right? And also, we still have some game announcements or re-reveals for titles that should also launch this year. Like, we got new rumors about the Mass Effect Remastered Trilogy that should be out in October as a big, like, release for EA. And they're kind of lacking something right now, with Star Wars being a $40 title. So I can still see it happen, but when will they reveal it? There will totally be more fun stuff happening this coming week. I will be covering it here on the channel. And of course, also Avengers is coming out. Looking forward to it. I'm really curious how it will shake out. Fingers crossed that that will actually be as good as I hope it will be. And I'm also working on some huge stuff for the channel. So kind of busy right now, but with some awesome, exciting stuff. For now, I'm curious to hear what you think that the price for the PS5 and Series X and S will be. Drop it down in the comments down below, kind of like what I did with that tweet. And in the comments, you can also leave a question that I then might pick and answer in the next Sunday video. Last week, I got 2 similar questions from Dart Alex and also Crazy Koala asking, do you think there's going to be a PS5 Pro? The short answer is yes. I really think that in the end the PS4 Pro was pretty successful for Sony. Not only did people like me buy a PlayStation 4 again in the mid of the life cycle, like normally I would not do that. I spent $400 again. But I also think that just having that $400 option throughout the life cycle has been pretty profitable, because normally, of course, consoles go down in price. So to have kind of a refresh is pretty nice for Sony. And they can also have games look even better in trailers and marketing material by showing it on the newer console. I just hope that if they do a PS5 Pro, again, I think they will, at least one iteration, maybe 2, that it will be more of a jump than what we saw with the PS4 to PS4 Pro. Like, there was not really a lot that changed. Like, the biggest thing I can think of right now is, of course, 4K. Maybe that will also be the reason why we see the PS5 Pro with 8K, but I wanted more. Like, the Xbox One X felt like a way bigger jump if you played on the Xbox One. But yeah, it feels weird to talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro before the launch of the actual PlayStation 5. Like, I think when we see that Horizon Forbidden West gameplay running on the regular PS5, we will already be blown away, and I really hope this happens during that September event. When we know more, I will of course let you know here. So don't subscribe to be up to date on everything PlayStation 5 and more of these Sunday videos. A like on this video would really help me out. And don't check out the previous Sunday video on more next-gen rumor roundups. That Demon's Souls rumor, is it going to be a launch game? That Wukong game, and way more. For now, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.